Hi all, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the cell and its macromolecules what are present in it. So you all know that the cell is a structural and functional unit of our human system. So coming to what is first cell is identified by Robert Hooke. Study of cells is called as cytology. Robert Hooke first identified these cells in a microscope. He took the plant cork and he identified in the microscope what he observed in the as rounded forms of cells with some organelles in it. He described it as a cell. Okay, so in 1665 he first identified the cell. Later on, Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in 1833, and Matthias Luden, German botanist, he identified the plants are composed of cells in 1838, and Swan, he also identified in 1938 that discovered animal cells were also made up of animals are also made up of cells. So both plant and animals will have the cells with some differences in their structure. So coming to the Rudolf Virchow in 1855, he is a German physician. He identified that cells only come from other cells. So you know that in a basic organization of our body there is a mesenchyma, germ layers. From the germ layers all the cells will be evolving, isn't it? So his statement debunked as spontaneous generation theory. Okay, and cell theory, this is the combined work of Sladen and Schwann and Virchow make up the modern cell theory. So these are the main two scientists, Sladen and Schwann, who identified the facts that are present in the cell, what are the organelles and what is its organization and all. And the cell theory states that all living things are composed of a cell or cells. The cells are the basic structural and functional unit of life. All cells come from the pre-existing cells, that is the pre-germ layers. And coming to the internal organization, these cells will come mainly these composed of two types of cells, that is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So cell membrane and cytoplasm are common in both the cells. Okay, already in microbiology we have discussed about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, no? So that difference itself you can write here, that's enough. So coming to the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, what is the common features means both will have the cell membrane, contain DNA, ribosomes and cytoplasm. But eukaryotics will have the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, vacuoles, mitochondria and cytoskeleton in addition. So in prokaryotic cells, plasma membrane of similar construction as that of the eukaryotic cells, and having the common features between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells are plasma membrane one thing, and genetic information encoded by DNA using identical genetic code, and also similar mechanisms for transcription and translation of genetic information including ribosomes. And metabolic pathways is also common, that is glycolysis and TCA cycle. And these were both eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells will have similar apparatus for conservation of chemical energy as ATP. Okay, so ఎస్పెషల్లీ యాజ్ యూకారియోట్స్లో అయితే మనకి మైటోకాండ్రియా ఉంటుంది ఏటీపీ ప్రొడక్షన్కి. ప్రోకారియోట్స్లో అయితే ప్లాస్మా మెంబ్రేన్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ద కెపాసిటీ టు జనరేట్ ఏటీపీ. ఓకే, అండ్ సిమిలర్ మెకానిజం ఫర్ photosynthesis between cyanobacteria and also green plants. These both will consist of the prokaryotic structure which will have help in the photosynthesis. And similar mechanism for synthesizing of inserting membrane proteins and proteosomes of similar construction between both archaebacteria and eukaryotes will be present. What are the features that are present especially in eukaryotic cells and not found in prokaryotes means division of cells into nucleus and cytoplasm separated by a nuclear envelope containing complex pore structures. Here in eukaryotes there is a clear distinction between the cells, that is they will have their particular cytoplasm, and inside that a particular nuclear cell will be present, surrounding which is surrounded by the nuclear membrane or envelope. Okay, and complex chromosomes composed of DNA and associated proteins are capable of compacting into mitotic structures. Okay, so these mitotic structures will help in the division of DNA, and that will help in the formation of daughter cells. And complex membranous cytoplasmic organelles are also present in the eukaryotic cells. Those are endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, endosomes, peroxisomes, and Golgi glyoxysomes, etc. Okay, and specialized cytoplasmic organelles for aerobic respiration. What is helpful for aerobic respiration means especially mitochondria, and if in plants means it is a chloroplast, that is photosynthesis purpose. Other than this, complex cytoskeleton system including microfilaments, intermediate filaments, and microtubules are also present, and complex flagella and cilia are present. And ability to ingest fluid and particulate material by enclosure within a plasma membrane vesicles, that is endocytosis and phagocytosis are also be capable by eukaryotic cells. And cellulose containing cell walls, cell division using a microtubule containing mitotic spindle that separates chromosomes, and presence of 2 copies of genes per cell, that is, you know that 2 copies of cell means that is a diploid cell, and one from each parent, and presence of 3 different RNA synthesizing enzymes, RNA polymerases, and sexual reproduction requiring meiosis and fertilization are all present in eukaryotic cells. These are not available in prokaryotic cells. That is the main difference. So this is the prokaryotic, only a bacteria that you can see in this diagram, which consists of capsule, cell wall, chloroplasts, and ribosomes. Pili will be present, and flagella for the movement of cells. And eukaryotic cells, plant and animal cells will be present. In this eukaryotic cells also, you can see this, the presence of various organelles with nucleus surrounding the nuclear membrane, and nuclear pores will be present. Surrounding the organelles and cytoplasm there is a plasma membrane. Surrounding the plasma membrane there is cilia will be present in some cells, and other than organelles are present. So this is the plant cell, which consists of ribosome, which is free from and attached from nuclear envelope, nucleolus, and nucleus. So only in addition to the cell organelles which are present here, there is a specified cells called chloroplasts will be present, which help in photosynthesis. So these are the distinguishing feature for between plant cell and animal cell. Animal cells will possess centrioles, and plant cells will possess cell wall chloroplast. Other than all the organelles including cell membrane to cytoskeleton, what are the organelles present or in common, only animal cells will have the centrioles and plant cells will have the cell wall chloroplasts. And this is the typical animal cell, which consists of the plasma cell membrane and endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, ribosome, lysosome, mitochondria, Golgi complex, everything. So you know what is the purpose of those also. So internal organization of the cell mainly contains organelles, cell components that perform specific functions for the cell. Cellular organelles includes the plasma membrane. This plasma membrane is the boundary of the cell, composed of 3 distinct layers, 2 layers of fat and 1 layer of protein. You know that it is a lipid bilayer which has the heads facing towards the and tails facing towards the inside. The hydrophilic regions are on the outside, and the hydrophobic regions are facing towards the inside. So these proteins are embedded in the cell surface, which help in the transport mechanisms, integral proteins and all. So the lipid bilayer is mainly formed by phospholipids, but with large number of protein molecules protruding through the layer. So two types of proteins will occur: integral proteins and that protrude all the way through the membrane, and peripheral proteins that are attached only on the surface of the membrane and do not penetrate all the way through. So these will help as passage, that means messengers, okay, carrying type of proteins which will carry signals or neurotransmitters, and it will be passing inside the membrane. Also, carbohydrate moieties are attached to the protein molecules on the outside of the membrane and to additional protein molecules on the inside. So this is the nucleus, the brain. It is called as the brain of the cell. So it is bordered by a porous membrane called nuclear envelope. It contains thin fibers of DNA and protein called chromatin. This also which is composed of rod-shaped chromosomes, contains a small round nucleolus, produces ribosomal RNA which makes ribosomes. So this is the main function of the nucleus also. So main genetic code and genetic material is present within the nucleus, which will help in further formation of the different cells, and also daughter cells and all. And nucleoli. The nuclei of most cells contain one or more highly straining structures called nucleoli. It is simply accumulation of large amounts of RNA and proteins of the types found in ribosomes. The nucleolus becomes considerably enlarged when the cell is actively synthesizing proteins and during the meiotic and meiotic conditions. Ribosomes. These are small non-membranous bound organelles. You can see here ribosomal structure, larger subunit and a smaller subunit will be present with the central protuberances. So you know what is the main function of the larger subunit and a smaller subunit for messenger transcription of DNA or RNA conditions. These are mainly ribosomes are very helpful, and this contains two subunits. Site of these will mainly help in the protein synthesis function. These are called as the protein factory of the cell. These may be either free floating or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So that's why whenever ribosomes are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, it is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. And these ribosomes have the mode of mainly its structure consists of mode of proteins and RNA. No membranous structure will be present. Most numerous organelles made in nucleus, especially in nucleolus. Function is it aids in protein synthesis. Free ribosomes make proteins used by the cell, and ribosomes on rough endoplasmic reticulum proteins help for export to other cells. Mainly the cell types in which it is present are both the eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells, plant and animal cells. Coming to the endoplasmic reticulum, this is you can see ribosomes present over the endoplasmic reticulum, that is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. If these ribosomes are absent, then it is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So what is the main purpose of smooth endoplasmic reticulum means mainly detoxification. It helps in the poisonous substances whatever they are present in the cell, it will helps in removing the contents. And rough endoplasmic reticulum mainly releases made proteins from the cell into the cytoplasm and then into the other parts of the body. And this endoplasmic reticulum is a system of membranous channels and sacules, that is a flattened vesicles continuous with outer membrane of the nuclear envelope. This rough endoplasmic reticulum will be studded with ribosomes. It will help in protein anabolism, synthesize proteins, modifies and process proteins, add sugar to protein, results in glycoproteins, etc. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it will have no ribosomes. Synthesis of lipids is the main function, and site of various synthetic process, detoxification and storage conditions will be helpful. And also it forms transport vesicles. And coming to the Golgi apparatus, it is you know that it is a flattened 7 membrane structure. So there are so many membrane bounded structures with the vesicles can be seen in this diagram. and it will consist of some lumens in the membrane structure. It is consists of a series of flattened sacs that modifies, packages, stores and transport materials out of the cell. It works with the ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. And this is the Golgi apparatus, you can see here with the structure. And main functions are modification, sorting, packaging, storage of proteins and liquids, transport of these materials in vesicles through the cell, and manufacture of some certain macromolecules, especially hyaluronic acid. And coming to the lysosomes, these are recycling centers. So that means this single wall membrane will be present and enzyme complexes are present inside that vacuole. So these membrane bound organelles contain a variety of enzymes with internal pH of 5. This will help in digest of food particles inside or outside the cell. And you know that these are called as suicidal bags of cell, isn't it? And coming to the centrioles, these are found only in animal cells. Centriole structure is this, which consists of triplet of microtubules. These paired organelles found together near the nucleus at right angles to each other. Mainly, this will help in building cilia and flagella and play a role in cellular reproduction. And this is a cytoskeleton. This cytoskeleton consists of especially microtubules and microfilaments. This is the framework of it contains the framework of the cell, which contains small microfilaments and large microtubules. They will support in the cell, giving it a shape and help with the movement of its organelles. And also the fibrillar proteins of the cell are usually organized into filaments or tubules, which will help in meiotic condition lo kanindi, mitotic condition lo kanindi, microtubules arrangement ద్వారానే మనకి ప్లేట్స్ ఫార్మేషన్ అయ్యి ఆ సెల్స్ డివిజన్ ఇదంతా కూడా జరుగుతుంది. And these originate as precursor protein molecules synthesized by ribosomes in the cytoplasm. And the precursor molecules then polymerize to form filaments, that is called as microfilaments. Later on, which is the large molecules, they will be formed, that is called as microtubules. And coming to the mitochondria, this you know already that it is a powerhouse of the cell. It is a double membranous structure. It's the size of the bacterium. So inner membrane and outer membrane will be present. For inner membrane is arranged as cristae, and matrix is present inside of the cristae, and it produces high energy compound, that is called ATP. Contains its own DNA, that is a messenger DNA is also present, which will help in the synthesis of its own cell components. And this is the little mechanism how the ATP will be produced, you know, from glycolysis process. After converting into pyruvic acid, it will develop into 2 ATP like that. So only one thing with mitochondria useful is it can help in both aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. And the vacuoles, these are the sacs that help in food digestion or helping the cell membrane its water balance. Found mostly in plants and protists, and a smaller one in animal cell. So this is the tonoplast, which will help in accumulation of food, digested food, or cell, containing some watery substances, which will help in maintaining starvation and all. And it also has cell wall, cell membrane, tonoplast, which is a cell. And in plant cells, if you observe, it consists of chloroplast and a nucleus also present in both plant and animal cells. These are the functions of cell organelles versus its function. So what we discussed already, you can see this flow chart. And coming to the 4 classes of large biomolecules, the living things are made up of 4 classes of large biomolecules. Those are carbohydrates, lipids, proteins and nucleic acids. These are the major classes of compounds that are present in the cell, which will help in our day-to-day life and in organization of our body functioning. The macromolecules are composed of thousands of covalently bonded atoms. Those are the molecular structure and functions are inseparable. Since these macromolecules are linked with each and one another, so including water, these cell substances, macromolecules are divided into nucleic acids, proteins, lipids and carbohydrates. So this is the function of macromolecules. So water makes up the 90% of the cell's volume. You know that our body, with the 90% of our body percentage is with water only. And nucleic acids are long chains of nucleotides, and proteins are long chains of amino acids, and lipids are large macromolecules that does not dissolve in water, and carbohydrates are sugar moieties, one or two or long chain components. These are both soluble and insoluble components are present in carbohydrates. And for examples for nucleic acids or DNA and RNA. Examples for proteins are enzymes. You know what is a proteinaceous structure, so everything is made up of amino acids, right? So these enzymes, hair, horny, feathers, etc., and in our body various proteinaceous structures will be present. And lipids are fats and oils. Carbohydrates will be composed of sugars, starch and cellulose. Importance to the cell, or mainly what is the function of water means it dissolves substances, insulates the body, and whatever work any cell which is in hypo conditions is needed of water for regulation of balance in hemopoietic conditions and all. And nucleic acids, these will carry hereditary information used to make proteins, and also main function is to hereditary information carrying between the cells, multiplication of the cells and its functioning. And proteins, these will regulate cell process, provide structural support. So without proteins, no processing of information and movement of the ions and everything is not possible. Almost all the messengers will bind with the proteins and move from each one region of our body information to the another region. And lipids, these will store large amounts of energy, form protective barrier around cells and cell parts. And these carbohydrates supply energy for the cell process, provide structural support and all. So whenever we are in need of energy, these carbohydrate metabolism will be carried out, and these will provide energy for our further processing. So this is about the different types of macromolecules. We'll discuss one by one another.